How to create shared spaces for communication, positive parental strategies, and shared spaces for communication. Please read the sentences and think about these images. What do they mean for you? Which images or actions with your children appear when you read them? Are there any of them that you consider you need to improve? After thinking about it, what is said about positive parenting? Are you ready to know more about it and know how to make it real? How important is communication for offering positive parenting? Through this video, I'm going to show the fundamental basis of positive parenting and how to improve your communication with your children by introducing different channels of communication and active listening. The Council of Europe says that a positive parenting refers to parental behavior based on the best interests of the child that is nurturing, empowering, non-violent, and provides recognition and guidance, which involves setting out of boundaries to enable the full development of the child. Let's get started. Which builds a good basis and strong child-parent relationship? Think about the possible principles and mutually entwined actions for making this real. Can you write 2 of them? Has it been difficult for you? How important can your positive attitude towards your children be for their emotional and personal development? What do the experts say about how to make positive parenting a reality? According to the United Nations Children's Fund, positive parenting is based on 5 principles. These are attachment, respect, proactive parenting, empathic leadership, positive discipline. Watch these images and think about them. Emotional attachment is the primary need that develops with the child's birth. The connection formed between the child and the first adult determines how children build their future relations with the environment. Children learn best by the personal example set by their parents. Showing affection, attention, care, and talking to the child in a respectful way are all signs of the parent's respect for the child. This will make the child react in a positive way, respect his or her parents and other people, and respect himself or herself and build self-confidence. Proactive parents give priority to learning parenting and building positive relations with their children. It means, when possible, to anticipate, intercept, and prevent problems from the start before they become a source of conflict or crisis. Parents should address problems before they escalate and get out of control. A positive parent's approach is filled with warmth, ensures cooperation and achievements of long-term goals. Empathic parents understand their children's needs and treat their children in a way that makes them feel heard and understood, thanks to emotional stability, physical and verbal affection, and empathy. Positive parenting means more than disciplining. So, positive discipline is one of the principles of positive parenting. Discipline is often confused with punishment and prohibition. However, punishment and discipline are 2 completely different concepts and imply different parents' behavior. After knowing the principles of positive parenting, what do you believe about the relationship with your children? Are you asking yourself how you could make real positive parenting? Think about these actions. Regulating one's own emotions. recognizing how children learn and the emotions they experience at different stages of development. Remembering positive and effective discipline practices. Responding appropriately to children's behaviors and needs. And reinforcing positive behaviors and self-care. You are ugly. You are fat. You are too skinny. I'm here for you. I hear you. How can I help? Why do you act so weird? I wish you were a different child. You cost me too much money. Thank you for helping me. I'm proud of you. The other kids are better than you. Let's work together. You are a very good helper. You are stupid. You will never make it. I'm sorry. If you do this, I will buy you that. We all make mistakes. Would you like a big hug until you feel better? Communication with your child, improving your active listening skills, and the way of speaking with him or her is an important base to establish a relationship of trust with him or her. Everything that you do with the child is a form of communication. Spoken words, your tone of voice, facial expressions, and your body language. The way in which you communicate with your child could also become a model which teaches him or her how to communicate with other people, how to solve problems, and respect him or herself and the others. Are you a good communicator? Or a good listener? Do you share a positive space of communication with your child? Are you willing to create and improve your parent-child communication to foster a trusting relationship between you and your child? How do you communicate with your child? Think about it. You and children express themselves not only through words, but also through their behaviors. Know more about them. Non-verbal communication. It refers to the intentional or unintentional communication through body language, such as with eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, silence, touch, and physical contact. Verbal communication. It refers to any exchange that uses words to communicate information and comprises different elements such as the rhythm and tone of the voice. Not sharing a vocabulary can make it difficult for children to understand parents through verbal communication. How do you communicate with your child? How can your communication be improved? Could you please write 2 possible actions? Any idea? It's time to know what UNICEF says about parent-child communication. They define 5 basic actions. Active listening. Parents should let their children express themselves freely and leave them to say what they think and how they feel. Reflective listening. Parents could act like a mirror for their children by repeating what they say, what they just heard, or be silent and don't say a word. Parents' speech should be clear and understandable for the child. It's very important that parent uses a language that is understandable for the child and appropriate to his or her age. The language must be clear and specific. without derogatory words, and the conversation must make the child feel respected and loved. Parents should not use conditioning, threats, and accusations. Commenting on the child's behavior rather than his or her personality, comments should be adapted to the child's age and the reason for it. Feelings. Emotional intelligence. Why do we introduce these words in the video? What do they have to do with positive communication with your children? Parents need to extend their vocabulary to describe these feelings. Why? Can you think about it? If we make it a habit to name our feelings when necessary, our children will learn that from us too, and emotion-based conversations will be possible in our families. Communication will improve between us and our children. What do you think about the relationship with your child? Can positive parenting be possible? And create positive parent-child interactions, increasing your bonding between your children and you? Now you have the basic clues, and it is in your hands, the next steps. In the next module, we will help you reflect on the topics addressed through the videos, and we will invite you to find strategies to translate what you have learned theoretically into your daily actions. Last module is waiting for you. Thanks for watching.